what if your money paid you every single month? Not someday, not later on when you retire, but consistently right now while you're sitting at home, working your job, or even sleeping. That's the promise and premise of dividend investing at its core. Here's the truth. Most people either don't know about it or they misunderstand it. So in this video, I'm going to break down what dividend investing actually is, how to build a real income stream from it, and the biggest mistakes that will quietly destroy your returns over time. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. So now we're going to get into what dividend investing actually is. So at its core, dividend investing is actually really simple. You buy shares of companies or funds, and they pay you a portion of their profits. That payment is called a dividend. Think of it like this. You're becoming a partial owner of a business, and that business is paying you for owning it. So dividends can be paid on a few different frequencies. Quarterly, which is very common, monthly, which I prefer and think is the best, or sometimes annually or semi-annually, right? So the real magic happens with dividends when you start stacking these payments over time, right? Because instead of relying only on stock price growth, right, capital appreciation and a stock or an investment like an index fund going up over time, which is still great, you're profiting from your investment in a very different way, right? You're not waiting or just hoping for capital appreciation, which is just a fancy way of saying, this investment is gaining or increasing in value. But with dividends, you're actually creating an income stream on a regular frequency. And psychologically, I think that's a pretty powerful thing. So you're no longer just, watching your account grow in the traditional sense where the numbers go up and they go down, whatever. You're actually starting to get paid with dividend investing. Alrighty, so I'm going to give you all a brief background or history of my experience with dividend investing. And lucky for you, it's actually what I started out doing around 17 or 18. So the first actual money that I had allocated to any sort of investment, which was not a lot at that time. I mean, we're talking about pennies and dollars here. Was towards dividend producing funds, right? So for me personally, just obviously do your own research, make sure you understand the risks. Anytime you're looking at investing, you need to understand what's actually going on there, what are the risks involved, etc. But just a little bit of a personal story. So I started with two funds known as EXG and RCS. Those are the ticker symbols. I really like those specifically because they pay out on a monthly frequency. So the monthly frequency is huge for me because if you think about it, when are bills typically due? Monthly, right? Mortgage, rent, you buy groceries every month, utilities, etc. So it's always been my dream to have my dividends pay my mortgage, pay for my bills, right? My main things. Because once your dividends, right, or your passive income exceeds your major living expenses, you're essentially free. So that's what really started me off on this whole journey when I was 17, and I've been investing in EXG and RCS specifically, although there are many other options, and everybody should do their research and look around and really take dividends seriously. I started investing in those funds specifically because of the monthly frequency, right? That's something I've been contributing to for the 14 plus years at this point for those two investments that I mentioned specifically. And on top of that, it's really powerful to see those dividends grow, right? So we'll get into this more later in the video, but the big message here is you want to start your dividend investing as early as possible because those things are going to stack and compound and grow over time. I mean, when I first started, just for example, I maybe got like 70 cents for the money I invested in the form of a dividend paid out to me monthly. And now we're at the point where between those two funds I mentioned, we're at, I think, just around $800 a month from those two funds, which is fantastic, right? And those two funds are also set on the dividend reinvestment program, which I would heavily recommend. So you'll typically see that as like a toggle within your investment account on your brokerage of choice. But what I do and what I would recommend, generally speaking, to people who are interested in dividend investing is you want to keep the drip program on, if you will. So when you get paid that monthly dividend, it'll start small. Like I said, it was cents. You can basically hit a switch or a toggle in your account that will essentially reinvest that dividend payment back into the stock. So the 70 cents would automatically buy 70 more cents worth of that fund, right? And now we're at the point, like I said, where it's like essentially $800 a month approximately being automatically reinvested into those two funds and growing the dividend further and snowballing it on top of what I'm putting into it in new investment money each month. So that is kind of the power of the drip program and reinvesting your dividends, and I'm working towards having that pay off my mortgage eventually. Okay, moving on with our next section, why dividends are so powerful. So I'm going to try to keep this as concise and clear as possible. Leave any questions you have in the comments, but here's what we're going to get into. There are three major reasons that dividend investing is so effective and of huge interest to me specifically, and maybe to you, right? Number one, cash flow. Boom. So most investing strategies are based on putting money into something consistently over time, which is still important, that investment growing in value, so capital appreciation over a long time horizon, and then selling it later at a certain percentage or withdrawal rate, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that, but that takes a long time, right? Dividend investing is about getting paid right now, okay? So that changes the game, at least it did for me, because instead of waiting 20 to 30 years, which again is still an important part of the strategy for your other investments, right, and growing things through capital appreciation, with dividends you're seeing real returns immediately. Okay. Number two, compounding. So this is where things get super interesting. If you reinvest your dividends with the drip program, like I spoke about in my last section, you're buying more shares, further increasing the dividend. The more shares you have of the fund or the stock or the company, the larger the dividend is going to be. So more shares equal more dividends equal more shares. And that cycle keeps repeating. Over time, this creates exponential growth. Remember, the earlier is better. Always remember, earlier is better. Number three, stability. Dividend paying companies, especially established ones, they tend to be more stable, typically. They're usually profitable, mature, and consistent, right? That's why they're paying a dividend. That's part of the appeal. You can do all sorts of research on this, and in fact, I'd encourage you to do so, but it's typically a hallmark of a dividend paying company. So instead of chasing hype stocks and GameStop and AMC and all that stuff, you're actually building a real foundation. All right, let's talk about how to build a dividend portfolio, broadly speaking. Again, I'm trying to give you guys high-level, actionable insight and make you aware of these super important financial concepts and investment categories. But before actually doing anything, right, you're going to want to do your research, be calculated, and there's tons and tons of resources online above and beyond, and a compliment to my channel, right, that you can dig deeper into this on. But I'm hoping this kind of will get you started from an educational perspective and be a real game changer for you down the line. So let's make this practical. If you're starting from scratch, here is a simple framework. Step one, you're going to want to start with income producing funds or stocks. So identifying those and locking into them, and then actually putting money towards them and having a strategy, a plan. So you want assets that actually pay dividends, right? Otherwise, what are we doing here? So these could be dividend ETFs, they could be income-focused funds, or they could be an individual company stock that pays dividends, like AT&T, for example. The key is the consistency of the payouts. That's what we're looking for. Step two, you want to focus on the yield, the dividend yield. You'll see that a lot in these videos, but don't chase it blindly, right? So yield is how much income you're actually getting relative to your investment. For example, and you invest $10,000 and then you get $800 a year in dividends from that investment. That's an 8% yield. Sounds great, right? But here's the trap or the caveat. Higher yield often means higher risk, so you have to be careful there. Again, do your research, understand kind of what's going on in these different components. So instead of chasing maybe the highest yield possible, focus on a good yield with sustainable income and no red flags. Step 3, again, hitting on this again because it's very important. Step 3, reinvest early. In the beginning, don't spend your dividends, right? We want to turn on the DRIP, the dividend reinvestment program. We want the dividends to grow exponentially. We want it to start as soon as possible. We want to keep contributing. That means we need the dividends to go back into buying that same share or stock automatically for a long time while we're snowballing it. And once we're done with that, or even in an emergency, we could turn the DRIP program off, and then that dividend or payment would just be sent to your account in the form of cash, and you can do whatever you want with that. In the beginning, though, we want to snowball the dividends, turn on the DRIP program, and reinvest them. So that's how you go from a meager $100 a month to $500 to then $1,000 per month in dividends over time. Step 4, scale your contributions. This is the part that a lot of people skip. Dividend investing works best when you're consistently adding money. So you have the DRIP program turned on, your dividends are buying more of the stock or fund, which is increasing the payout, but you want to continue to contribute to your dividends on top of that. So even a few $100 to $800 a month invested into that stock or fund that produces a dividend makes a huge difference over time. Alrighty guys, moving forward, I want to set realistic expectations, make sure we're keeping things transparent and useful as per the usual. Dividend investing is not a get-rich-quick strategy. Just like anything else on the channel, these are things that are proven, that work, that will change your life for the better, but it takes discipline and consistency and focus and understanding. So all of these things are game changers, including dividend investing, just like index fund investing. They complement each other, they work, but they take time. So I just want to level set and make sure you understand that you're not going to invest $5,000 and suddenly live off dividends, right? But over time, with your consistent contributions and using the DRIP program, you are going to be able to create a meaningful monthly income that could be in addition to your active earned income from a job or a business. Or maybe you want to eventually live off of dividends. That's possible as well. It just takes time and good investing, right? So this is a long-term wealth strategy. Once it builds, it is very powerful and it doesn't rely on selling assets. I just want to be clear that this isn't going to happen overnight, just like anything else. It is going to be a game changer, but don't think that you're immediately going to be able to quit your job, right? It's going to take time to really grow this up. And if you want a really effective strategy as far as investing for the long term on top of your index funds, I think dividend investing is a huge part of that and a complement. All right, so what are some of the biggest mistakes that I see when it comes to dividend investing? I will help save you from some of this on the front end. I think we briefly touched on this in the past, but mistake number 1 is chasing insanely high dividend yields. So if something's paying 15 to 20% as a dividend yield, there's usually a reason and it's not a good one. You know, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Buyer beware. Be careful, do your research, be calculated. I can't say that enough. I'm saying it a lot for a reason. Mistake number 2, ignoring total return, right? Dividends are great. They're amazing. They're awesome. It's the focus of this video. If your investment is losing value consistently, you're not actually winning, right? So you want both income and stability. You don't want to see a massive price swing between your dividend stock or fund every month, every day, every year, right? You want it to bounce around a pretty consistent, maybe, for example, right? Maybe the dividend stock or fund you invest in, maybe it normally costs $30 per share, and on a normal year it might fluctuate up or down $10. That's not a crazy fluctuation to me. That seems pretty acceptable. But if our dividend investment, even though we're not relying on it for capital appreciation, if it's going up and down massive percentages, hundreds of percents. If something looks wrong, right, that's a red flag. So just be aware of that. And mistake number 3, not being consistent. Wow, just like anything else. Why is this a consistent theme? Because it's important. The strategy only works, just like everything else we discuss, if you're consistent and you stick with it over time. You can't invest for 3 months and expect results, right? It's just like going to the gym or anything else. It takes time, takes consistency. Even a little bit a day makes a huge difference. This is about stacking up your wealth and your buying power and your cash flow and your investments over the long term, over years, over, decades, etc. It's going to be meaningful. It's going to make an impact. I've had friends that were really excited by the concept of dividends, and they might make, in most cases, and I wish they stuck to it, they might make a couple contributions to a good dividend producing asset or fund, and then never again, right? And then they'll get excited about it again 2 years later. They'll invest a little bit more, and then never again, right? The money's going somewhere. Be consistent, be focused, have a plan. Dividend investing is one of the most powerful ways to build real, tangible wealth. It's going to turn your money into something that works for you consistently. And over time, it can give you something most people never achieve: financial freedom. If you stay disciplined, reinvest, and keep adding to your portfolio, you're not just investing, you're building your own income stream. If you got value from this, please drop a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I'm breaking down real strategies like this one every week. I appreciate every one of my viewers, and it means a lot to me. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and best of luck. I'll see you in the next one.